Welcome back to the channel, family. We're diving into Monad in this video, one of the altcoins that we're extremely bullish on the channel. And I think, you know, if you're a private Patreon member, I've been giving you guys multiple videos, highlighting levels and highlighting good times to DC into the project. I think this is going to be one of the altcoins that continues to crush it and does well going into the next bull run. So be sure to pay attention, watch this until the end. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor and this is all entertainment purposes only, okay? So right now we see Monad sitting at this 2-cent level, right? And from, so many months in the past, we've been speaking about Monad back here in December, back here in February, when, extreme fear was, extreme fear was basically at the lowest, or what do you say, in the highest it's ever been. Extreme fear was running rampant in the space, and every time you DCA'd Monad in those extreme fear levels, where are we at right now? Let me take a look 1 second. We're at, let's see, 27 and on extreme fear here. So every time you DCA'd Monad in the extreme fear levels, it paid off, right? Back here in February, it was going on a massive run. My viewership kind of exploded talking about it, but since then it's pulled back because Bitcoin has shown a ton of weakness. You can't control these things, but the project is still very strong in my opinion and has shown so much strength compared to a lot of other altcoins that have just continued to make new lows. As we could see, so a lot of projects have made new lows since that January, February, since the start of the year, they've been making new lows, right? So pay attention to Monad because it's one of the projects, in my opinion, that is, again, showing a ton of strength here. And I think this has so much upside, right? Even if you have, for example, 10,000 tokens, I say anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 Monad tokens is a massive, great bet to make, in my opinion. That way you don't overinvest. That way I'm not telling you guys to, overinvest in anything. Just manage your risk. But I think, you'll have great upside here. 10,000 tokens now is, $206, right? Everyone could afford that. I would think everyone could afford that. And $206 into Monad here becomes 10,000 coins. You could see Monad, in my opinion, go to 10 cents, which is very realistic. That's like super easy, very conservative, which would make your $200 become $1,000. You could see Monad go to 30 cents, which would make your $200 become $3,000. And I think, $1 per Monad could potentially happen over the medium to long term. A lot of people speculate that is possible, right? I wouldn't rule it out, guys. It's at a $2.3 billion FDV, but the circulating market cap is 243 million circulating market cap. So for Monad to get to a 12 billion circulating market cap, 100 billion FDV over time, it's possible. It is possible, guys. I think the next bull run will be a massive one, and I think Monad is going to be one of those winners going into the next cycle, as I've stated. And right now you could see it's under the ICO price. The ICO price from Coinbase has been 25 cents, and it's still under that level, guys. So anything under the ICO price is a steal for Monad, in my opinion. I think this thing is going to be a massive gem in the future. And I think you just have to DCA, be patient, manage your risk, and hold for potential upside here. One of the best L1s, undervalued ecosystems we've seen. You see how we had a great Solana bull run and the Solana ecosystem exploded. We saw that happen a bit with SWI as well. People were talking about meme coins on SWI like Lo-Fi, I think it was a Yeti, right? They seed us, DeFi protocols on SWI, and Monad has yet to experience this. And I think going into the next cycle, it will experience this, and there's going to be a bunch of AI agent projects, dApps, gaming projects, DeFi projects, you name it, built on Monad, meme coins as well, obviously, and they're gonna crush it. As long, that's why I've been saying pay attention to the ecosystem as well. They're gonna crush it, and I think Monad is going to crush it here. So it just really boils down to patience, guys. Maybe Bitcoin makes a new low and then Monad retests that 17 cent level one more time, and then this is the bottom here for Monad at that 17 cent level one more time. Maybe, Bitcoin, for example, a lot of people speculating we see a move to maybe 65, 70K for Bitcoin. So maybe in that time you see Monad make a move up, right? Back up, and then, you know, it pulls back because Bitcoin pulls back. Maybe we drop to 40, 50K. That is possible as well, right? Nobody knows for sure if the bottom is in or not. But some of the top analysts are already, you know, speculating that it's not speculating. They're already saying it's a good time to start to get exposure to the market, right? Some of the top analysts, millions, hundreds of thousands of followers, saying, hey, I wouldn't wait until the bottom in October to start buying into the market, right? So that tells me the same thing I've been saying. You see, now the top analysts are saying it's a good time to get exposure to the market. I would also do the same. That's me. That's what I've been doing. And I think some exposure is better than no exposure. Yes, you could have money on the sidelines just in case we see that crash in Bitcoin down to 50K, you know, 45K. People saying even lower than 40K. We'll see, man. We'll see. But I think some exposure better than no exposure. You never know. Things could turn around pretty quickly in crypto. I've seen it so many times. And a lot of people, even top analysts, are wrong. Nobody's going to be 100% right all the time in crypto, right? Unless they're an AI. So pay attention to that, guys. What we've recently seen on the X for Monad here, we see that they had an interview with Joseph Lubin, co-founder of Ethereum, and Keon here, co-founder of Monad, as we could see. Great interview. Definitely recommend you guys take a look. They've also integrated AV into Monad here, DeFi protocol. Stablecoin adoption on Monad has been growing exponentially, and DeFi has been growing as well. You take a look at their DeFi Llama statistics. We could pull it up real quickly. Let me show you guys here. Take a look at Monad for their TVL. As you can see, $449 million in TVL. And as you can see on screen, that continues to rise. Look at that, right? From ever since its launch, it had 163 million TVL, and that TVL continues to rise here going into July. And as you can see, man, this is a great sign for Monad, in my opinion. When you this is what I said to the Patreon private members earlier as well. Take a look at the DeFi Llama for a project you're bullish on. See if it shows up on DeFi Llama. Look at the statistics, and that will, you know, give you more insight into if the project is going to have success, right? Growing TVL, in my opinion, for a project means more success, okay? So as we can see, they also integrated Maple Finance, a project that is an RWA project. A lot of people talked about this project before with Syrup, USDC, yield-bearing dollar asset. So this is a RWA project, and a lot of people are bullish on Maple Finance. It's, you know, it's focused on basically institutional investors. So having them integrated to Monad here as well, very bullish stuff. We have TA from Wara here. Each cycle, a setup with a low float, complaints about unlocks, you know, leaves investors sidelined. So Monad currently at 250 mil in circulating market cap is a steal. Wara looking for upside. We also see from Rocco Bull here, seeing the pattern that, you know, a 2-cent Monad up to 9 cent. See that? Very possible, right? So people might be like, oh, well, it might go lower because Bitcoin is going lower. That 100% doesn't have to be the case. So I say dip your toes in. Not financial advice, but I say dipping your toes in is a smart move to make personally, right? I'm not a financial advisor, but I think getting some exposure to the market and these altcoins that we're talking about, especially Patreon private members, I think this, you know, it's just smart to do, man. You'd never be able to time the bottom exactly, right? Unless you're an AI or robot, you got some insider info, something. Nobody could time the exact bottom. So I think Monad is in a great spot here at 2 cent. And even if you just buy 10,000 coins, that could yield a great ROI. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you found value, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And join the Patreon family. It's the first link in the description. Any of my recent videos you go to, it's the first link in the description. We already have 97 members in the Patreon, and it's only $5 a month to join. You get private Discord access, early content, early alpha on projects that I think are bullish. Before anywhere else, I make the videos unlisted on Patreon when I'm talking about new projects first, and they're up unlisted on the patrons could watch it first before I make them public. And I also have a channel where if I do mention a new project, it goes in the alpha channel. And right now, you know, we are focusing on the projects that we've been talking about for a while now. For example, Lit, which is up 2.3x, Serve did a 4 or 5x, VVV did a 10x, and Banker did a 3x, 4x recently, even though it's pulled back now. So I highly recommend becoming a Patreon family member, guys. Again, it's super affordable. It's less than the cost of a cup of coffee. And, you know, all the patrons are giving me so much respect. We share our own insights. You can navigate the space as a community here. I think it's definitely worth it. So, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember to give praise and glory to the Lord God Jesus. Thank God so much for everything. Happy 4th of July whenever you guys see this. And I'll catch you in the next one.